Have you ever gone out filming and you come home all excited, ready to edit, and you realize that your footage is practically unusable? It's so shaky, there's so much motion blur, and nothing is quite like you imagined it. And the problem is you might not have one of those gimbal stabilizers or something that can help make the footage more steady. So I want to teach you guys a few tips you can use when filming handheld to reduce the amount of motion you have. So let's get to it. All right, let's not waste any time. First tip, you actually want to use both hands. I know this sounds really basic, but you'd be surprised how many people try to hold their camera with just one hand. Unfortunately, that's not going to be enough to really have a steady shot. You really want to have as many points of contact with your camera to reduce the motion blur that you have. So I highly recommend using the right hand grip that is on your camera and maybe holding it from the bottom with your left hand. Either way, using both hands and gripping the camera tightly will allow you to capture the most smoothest shot possible. All right, and number two, increase your points of contact. This goes back to using two hands. Instead, now we're gonna add a third point of contact. Another point of contact that you can use is actually your chest. If you use your chest, you wanna bring your hands closer, hold it tightly, and squeeze. When you do it this way, you actually increase the steadiness of the shot. Another way to increase your point of contact is actually a camera strap. What you want to do is wear it around your neck and with your arms extended, pull tightly on the strap. This will be your third point of contact and you're gonna be shooting like a little laser. All right, and number three, you're gonna have to learn to walk. Not in the traditional sense, but the Steadicam sense. When we're filming handheld, a great deal of the shakiness doesn't come just from our hands, but it also comes from our feet. So what you're gonna want to do is learn how to do the Steadicam walk. This sort of looks like this. You're gonna have your knees bent and you're gonna try to walk heel toe in a steady motion and on a steady cadence. Obviously, if the motion is slower, it's gonna be a lot easier to do. But if you're gonna get into a faster motion like running, it's gonna be a lot harder. So you're definitely gonna need to practice this one to get better at it. But I promise you, if you practice this walk, your handheld camera shots are gonna look a lot smoother. Next up, let's talk focal lengths. What is focal length? Focal lengths are measured in millimeters and you'll see it written on your lens. Some of them can go between 18 millimeters up to 300 millimeters. The shorter the number, the wider the field of view, which makes your shot a lot less shaky. Versus if you have a larger focal length, say 100 or 300 millimeters, you're gonna have much more shakier footage because of the tighter field of view. Just keep this in mind when you're filming, that if you have a wider focal length, you'll have a much easier time filming handheld footage that isn't quite as shaky. And last but not least, don't try to be perfect. Look, we're filming handheld for a reason. It may be because you don't have a stabilizer, but there are many cinematic reasons why you want to have a handheld shot. In action sequences, you may notice that a handheld shot is used very frequently. Why is that the case? Because it gives the viewer a sense of being in the action and an unsteady feeling. It allows them to feel every motion a little bit more and be a part of the character's journey. So just understand that you're not trying to be a gimbal and a certain amount of shakiness is perfectly fine. It is a part of the handheld look, so embrace it. Don't try to be a robot with a perfect motion. Embrace and acknowledge your handheld shakiness. So there you have it. There are 4 tips to help improve your handheld camera shots. Once again, a little bit of shakiness is not a bad thing. It comes with the handheld territory. However, you don't want it to be so shaky, it really comes off as amateur. So I hope these tips really help you guys out in capturing the best handheld footage that you possibly can. And always remember, you can fix a little bit of it in post. There are certain effects that actually can help stabilize the shot. I know in Adobe Premiere it's called Warp Stabilizer, and on many other editing programs it's just called Stabilizer. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked the video, please hit that like button. For more content just like this, hit the subscribe button down below, and I'll see you guys next time. Ciao.